Hey team, I'm going to show you a seated 90-90 knee roll. So you're going to come to a chair. I want your hips and knees roughly at 90 degrees. You probably need to be at the edge of your chair and not seated all the way back. You're going to use a foam roller. You can also use like a squishy Pilates ball to do this. If you use a foam roller, you want like a fairly narrow foam roller because you don't want your knees to be wider than your pelvis. Ground down the feet, make sure you can feel the first met, the base of the big toe, the fifth met on the outside, and the heel, both sides, you want them both grounding down to the floor. You're gonna do a couple pelvic tilts, forward and back, anterior, posterior tilt, and then you're gonna find neutral, and then I want you to tuck a little bit further than neutral. So you're not all the way rounded, your pump handle doesn't come down, sternum doesn't come down, okay? We're gonna find our like normal neutral position. It's gonna be different for everybody, and then I want you to tuck a little bit further than that so you feel a little bit of abdominal engagement, but your sternum is still nice and tall. And then from here, you're gonna inhale, you're gonna shift one hip back, you'll feel a little bit of rotation. I'm keeping my torso straight on, and I'm gonna exhale, come back to both knees parallel. I'm gonna inhale and shift the other hip back. I'm gonna feel a slight roll, exhale, return. So every time I inhale, I'm shifting back, shift back, shift back, shift back, drive the opposite knee forward. So one femur drives forward, one femur drives back, and then return to neutral. Inhale, pull back, drive one knee forward, the other, but keep the torso nice and straight on, and come back. So it's this rolling motion, okay? The pelvis is rolling, the pelvis is shifting side to side, the knees are shifting forward and back, but our torso is staying fixed, okay? That's the hard part. You're gonna inhale every time you shift back, exhale as you come back to knees being level. Inhale, shift back, and forward. Try to make it smooth. Make sure you stay in like that very light tuck. If you start to go into too far of an anterior tilt, it's going to change the hip shift. You're not going to get as good of a hip shift, as much range of motion out of that movement as possible.